once again for the renegade master. Back 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 once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades, and we are back, and we are now talking about Love Island USA Series 5 Episode 1. Before I start with all of that, the reason why I'm starting from the beginning is because the UK have only on the 7th of August, I believe it was, started getting the Love Island USA new series. So I know other people are ahead in terms of what they've seen and what they're talking about, but little old us over here up in the UK have only just got it quite recently, so all 6 episodes have already been uploaded. So I'm just gonna go with the flow as I always do. So from the get-go, as I keep saying, I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification button, because again, I am on the road to 1K. So I want you all to hit that subscribe button, come in, join the melee, come and have a chat. So let's get into it. It is a brand new season for Love Island USA. And I have to say, it is the first time that I'll be watching the USA ones. So it's always going to be a new and eye-opening for me, because I will be looking for the differences between the UK one to the USA one. And what I can say already from all the episodes that I've watched so far is that USA seems to be a little bit more savage than the UK, like proper savage with their challenges, with their texts and the decisions that they make straight off the bat. With the USA one, they tend to be a little bit more savage and a little bit more sneakeroony, if you get me. So it's being presented by Sarah Hyland, and for those of you that don't know, Sarah Hyland is she played the ditzy one in Modern Family. Basically, she played the ditzy one in Modern Family, and her younger sister was the brainiac, and then her younger brother was just like, you know, he'd been licking lead as a child, basically. So you know which family I was talking about if you've ever watched Modern Family. But anyway, I was kind of getting into it, and I was like, is this the introduction for real? Like, is this the introduction that they're going for? That, I mean, it was like a whole like movie clip with Sarah coming into Fiji, then getting lost, then sitting on the beach for ages, then, well, what seemed like ages, doing her little coconut, you know, I can't remember what the movie is, but you know what movie I'm talking about, Castaway, that's the one, where he does these little, finds a little basketball and makes a face of it, and it becomes his friend, and that's what she was doing with the coconut. And then the next minute, you know, they said, oh, it's only been a couple of hours and like the new villa is ready. All I can say about this villa is, okay, like it's a lot bigger than the one in the UK, let's put it that way. And they have kind of what I would call it an infinity pool, and it's fucking gorgeous. Like, the whole place is gorgeous. The way it's set out is absolutely lovely. That's all I can say. But I still think it's the dorm-like beds that do it for me, because are you not, when you're cooped up in one room with a whole heap of people, especially if you've ever been in a dorm, the smells will be horrendous. And I don't care how clean you are, during the nighttime you're gonna sweat, things are gonna happen without your control. You ain't telling me that it don't get a little bit musty dusty up in there unless they come and clean it every single day that these islanders are not in the bedroom. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into it. So the people that I do know who have entered are Keenan, Anna, Victor, Cassie, Leo, KK, Bergie, Jasmine, Marco, and Destiny. Right, so the first people that enter is KK and Anna. Now, KK is a beautiful black queen. She's a little pocket rocket, because she's not tall. And then you've got Anna. She's a complete ditz, man, but she's quite funny at times, but she's an honestly complete ditz. So I'm just like, when people come in and they do their little blurb at the beginning, and they're always talking about the fact that they've come on this show to find the one, they're looking for marriage, they're looking for a boyfriend, they're looking for a girlfriend, yada yada yada. And when you think about their background, that either have not been in a relationship for long, or they've never been in a relationship in their adult years, and they're constantly going in situationships. Now my thing is if you have not got a strong cast iron type of resilience, then this show really is not for you, Because if you've been in situationships or you've been cheated on and been hurt by men or X, Y, and Z, I really believe in my heart of hearts that this show is not for that type of person, because you need to build some type of resilience to not get mad when your man or your girl wants to say to you, I want to be open to get to know other people. Like, seriously, because every time I watch these Love Islands, they all make the same rotted mistake, and that is jumping in with someone so quickly and putting their all in that person that you're thinking in your brain, now this is my man, this is the person that I'm locking off with at this point in time. Now they're saying that, you know, they still don't want to put all their eggs in one basket, but you kind of are when you're doing that. Like, certain intimacies are going to be different to other people in terms of like kissing, in terms of lying in bed. It's going to have a different meaning for other people. Now you've literally just landed your ass in the villa. And my thing is I think they need to just take it slow and steady, and literally from the get-go be telling these people, yes, we're coupled off together right now, and I do want to keep getting to know you, but best believe if someone else comes in, I am open to getting to knowing them too if I am attracted to them. That and then let the chips fall where they may, because at the end of the day, at least from the get-go, you've let that person know where your head is at. Don't put your all in with me, because I ain't doing that with you straight away. But these people seem to forget that one golden rule. Like, honestly seem to forget that one golden rule in regards to Love Island. But Anna is something different. All I can say is that there will be a part and there will be a bunny somewhere with this girl. She's already said that she's a self-confessed stalker. And the girl actually brought a wedding dress to the island because she is looking to get married. Who does that? Like, honestly, well and truly, who does that? Who does that? So my thing is when she sets her sights on someone, that's it. She's gonna be locked in on that person. You ain't never getting away. Let's just put it that way. That's gonna come with a padlock. A padlock. And she will be the only one with the key and the motherfucking hacksaw. So then we get Cassie that enters the foray with the other two girls, and they all greet each other. And Cassie's basically saying that she's ended up on the show because she's had an ex cheated on her before. And as I said already before, when things like that happen to you, if you've not fully healed from that type of situation or built in any resilience from that type of situation, then this, honestly, this program is not for you. Like, seriously, it really is not. Now, she was going on in her blurb and talking about how guys make you crazy. No. You have to have at least an inch of craziness to begin with. And then what happens within the relationship with the guy kind of tops that craziness off. That's how I'm seeing it, but you can let me know what you think. So, and I think it was KK, that's when they were talking about what lads are like and this, that and the other. KK was saying that she kind of likes a bad boy. And I'm like, everybody likes a bad boy until they get one. That's how I see it. Everybody likes a bad boy until they get one. And then it's not fun and games no more, because you're expecting to be able to have this relationship with this person that you know is a certain kind of way, and you're thinking that you are going to be the one to change that person. No. Unless that man is ready for change, don't even think about going in that relationship with that type of mentality in your brain that you are going to be the one to change that bad boy image of that person, because it never honestly works out that way. Like, never honestly works out that way. And anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I see it. And then we have Madame Destiny that enters the chat, and she's a clever woman. Like, she's a clever woman. She's a scientist, and I like it. There wasn't much to say about her in terms of her blurb and stuff like that. But we'll see how things progress from there, shall we? And then we move on, and in enters Jasmine. Now, Jasmine straight away was with the sheets. Like, she was with the sexual talk and all sorts. And sometimes I think to myself, when you go in there, I know you want to be as natural as possible, yeah. But when you go in there, do you not have kind of, even though you're as natural as possible, and she was being her natural self, let's put it that way, she was being her natural self, does it not compute to them that they may come off a certain way to the general public when we're all watching these shows? Because I don't think it does. I don't think it does, because what might be a cute ha ha tee hee 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 will come off slightly to people watching it. Like, okay then. Okay, if that's how you're going in already with the sexual motivations, okay, big up to you, but we'll see how long that lasts. Because at the end of the day, I always think that sometimes, because I've done it myself in the past when I've been quite overtly sexual, it's literally a barrier to everything else that's going on behind all of that. It's literally a barrier to everything else that's going on behind all of that. So basically, you're just gonna get the surface level shit. That's how I see it, but you lot can let me know what you think, but that's how I see it. So Jasmine, to these girls at the moment, she's giving us surface level stuff, okay, to get the banter going, to get the, going. But as I said, I always find, like, when you do that, certain things kind of tend to happen. But we shall see how it goes. So basically, then you get Sarah coming in. All the girls met each other. First lot of girls met each other. You get Sarah coming in. And basically, they have to do this game in regards to the boys that come in next. So I think there's 5 hearts. They're empty at the moment. But each of the lads are going to come in, stand on a heart. And basically, the girls will all start off with one guy that comes in. And then when the next guy comes in, they'll stick or twist, basically. So when the next guy comes in, the girls will have the opportunity to twist on the guy they've stood next to and go and stand next to the other guy, and so on and so forth, until each person is semblancely coupled off. But if you get more than one girl standing next to one guy after the game's finished, then that guy then gets to pick out of the girls who is stood with him who he wants to couple off with. Okay. We got it, good, let's go. So, basically, the first person that comes in is Leandro. So, all of them go stand next to Leandro. Now, Leandro is Dominican. He's Dominican. He does speak Spanish as well, which Cassie loved as well. And he was quite playful. Nothing special about him at the moment. Quite playful, quite this, quite that. So he comes in, stands on the heart, all the girls stood next to him. So I'm just thinking the accent when he does his, like, because he's fluent in Spanish, might just win it for him, to be fair, in regards to that. So the next lad that comes in is Marco. And Marco and Anna know each other from a gym in Florida. So they're just kind of like gym friends. They know each other in passing in that sense. So give the girls the option, you stick or you twisting. So basically, Destiny and Jasmine twisted and both went and stood next to Marco. So Sarah was talking to the girls, and the girls were saying why they twisted, and like you could see a quick two-tool connection between Marco and Destiny. It was the eye contact. It was the eye contact. It was like, I just want to literally pounce on you and rip your shorts off. And he just want to literally pounce on her and probably lick her like a lollipop. That was the connection that was going on. It was some deep telepathy going on right there between them two, if you know what I mean. So basically, then you got Marco saying to Leandro, oh, I'm sorry, man. And he was like, no, it's how it goes. And then you got Marco saying in terms of game respect game, and I'm like, no, dude, that is such a fucking, I'm sorry, but it is such a man thing to say, that game respect game. No, it is kind of a game, do you know what I mean? But no, just no. That does not endear me to you. No. So then you get Victor come in, and my first words about Victor was, he's fucking Aquaman. Like, as soon as the man did the coming out of the sea with the hair flip, the whole hair flip, all I saw was Aquaman. I'm sorry, all I saw was Aquaman, and then everybody kept on saying that he looked like Aquaman, and he said that he got that a lot, that he looks like Jason Momoa. So he went and stands on one of the hearts. The girls got the option to stick or twist. I thought all these girls are gonna run headlong to this man. All these girls are gonna run. Not one move. Not poor Victor was stood there on his lonesome. On his own lonesome. I was like, raw. These girls are savage. Not one person. They were all looking at him. Like, don't get me wrong. They were all looking at him like, yeah, he's hot. He's hot. He's hot. Yeah, I thought, yeah, they're gonna like him. They're all gonna go. Nah, not one. That must hurt your ego bad. Like, seriously though, if you think about it, these girls have the option to stick or twist. And then they stick with the people that they're with, and they don't even twist to you. You're left there standing on your own. That must sting your ego a little bit. Like, for real, must sting your ego a little bit. So he was like, it's all fine. And even though you could see on his face it wasn't fine. And then you got Cassie that pipes up and said that she wouldn't go over because he kind of looks like her sister's ex. And I'm like, did you really need to say that? Like, did you really need to say that? Make the man feel more worse than he already is at the end of the day? Did you really? No, you didn't. You could have kept that shit to yourself. So as we move on, we get Keenan, who comes in. Keenan is a good looking black dude. He's a very good looking brother. And we go to the stick or twist, and it took ages for someone to move. So I'm like, is he going to be stood there on his lonesome like Victor was, or is someone going to move? Because I was kind of hoping that KK would move to him. And what did she do? She moved to him, and he was like, yeah, he clocked her straight away. Like, he was hoping that she would come over, and he was like, did you not see the looks I was giving you? And she was like, well, yeah, I did. So I was like, okay then, here we go. Probably some possibility of some black love up in this villa. We shall see. So then Bergie comes in, and I have to say, Bergie may not be easy on the eyes, but he has a lovely personality. And I think, honestly and truly, that people should look beyond the looks and look at the personality of a person in this show, to be fair. I said, because at the end of the day, looks can fade, and you could have the most beautifulest person in your face, but if their soul, if their essence is ugly, then that's going to shine through the beauty to the ugly person that is beneath. So he may not have been what they were looking for, or in terms of the looks that they were going for, but his personality is an A1. That's what I'm going to say about Bergie. His personality is A1, and he's so innocent, like seriously so innocent, but we'll get more into that as time goes on. So then Bergie comes in, and I honestly believe that Anna would be a good match for him, basically, because he is basically there to look for his one and only. He is there to literally look for her girl that he can take home or move to and get married. So I thought Anna might be good for him, because she brought a wedding dress. Like, you know, she brought a wedding dress, so you know, it may have moved her. I don't know. So then they do the stick or twist, and nobody moved for Bergie, and you could see that hurt him to his core, because he was hoping someone would choose him and hoping that there would be someone there for him. But and that's why I say this game is a little bit of a savage thing, man. This game is not good for the ego. Like, seriously not good for the ego. So Bergie was the last of the guys to come in. So then it was between Leo to pick between Cassie and Anna, and then it was Marco to pick between Destiny and Jasmine. So Leo picks Cassie and Marco picks Destiny. So then Jasmine and Anna had to go by themselves, and then it was between Bergie and Victor then to pick between Jasmine and Anna. So of course Victor picked Jasmine, and Bergie had no choice but to have Anna. So they're all in their couples. Sarah tells them that they're in the running to win $100,000. which is more than the UK one because we only get £50,000 over here. And then basically they only get 6 weeks in the US one, where it's kind of like 8 weeks or more in the UK one, so they're not away for that long in the US one. And then Sarah Hyland takes her leave and lets the couples get to know each other and stuff like that. So then you have Victor and Jasmine talking, and I'm like, this girl is really not a good conversationalist. Jasmine is really not a good conversationalist at all. Like, she would have already bored the hell out of me with 1 or 2 words. And basically, she turned around, she asked Victor what his icks were. And basically, Victor's main ick was a girl that's a full-on party girl, because he's just looking to settle down with someone, and yeah, he will go out now and again, but it ain't, he doesn't want someone that's out all the time. And Jasmine said that's the type of person that she is. She goes out all the time and stuff like that. Right, them two at the beginning weren't connecting. Bergie and Anna, absolutely no connection there at all, because Bergie is nervous as hell. Anna's asking all the questions. Anna's getting paid that she's asking all the questions, and he doesn't really ask anything. He doesn't really ask anything of her. Like, Bergie looks like to be a slow burner, because he's never been in a relationship. He's never had a girlfriend. He's never really slept in bed with a girlfriend, and he's only kissed a girl once in his life, basically. So, in all intents and purposes, Bergie is a virgin. Let's just put that out there. Bergie is a virgin to all things relationship wise. So he's basically a blank canvas and needs to learn how to converse, needs to learn how to be more confident. And I think for Bergie, it was more of a case of no one picked him, and that kind of unsettled him and jarred him to the point where he literally went in on himself. So throughout the episodes that I've watching, I will say he starts to come into his own. But as I go on through the episodes, then we'll talk more about our Bergie, and that's what I'm going to call him, our Bergie, because I do have a fondness for Bergie. So you got KK and Keenan. They look good together. They honestly look good together. But I think Keenan is a bit full on at the beginning. Keenan is a bit full on at the beginning, where he's literally saying like how gorgeous she's gorgeous, and the stare that he gives. Like, I know to some girls it will be, oh, I like the way he stares at me, but to me it'd be kind of unnerving, because I'd be like, why are you looking at me like that for? Why are you looking at me so tough? Like, really, well and truly, why are you looking at me so tough? Is there something on my face? Is something loosening up? What? But them two have that connection. Like, they have that sexual connection down pat, basically, and the chemistry is good between them. As KK said, like, he made her heart skip a little bit when he came down, because his energy was so good. But he said he was staring at her hard and was hoping that she'd come onto his heart, which she did do. But my thing is when he was doing the staring thing, he looked like DC. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, the comedian DC, he looked like DC. All he needed was the fucking tattoo of DC in his freaking in the middle of his forehead, and he would look like DC. That's all I kept on seeing was DC. You get Destiny and Marco. When they were talking, they went out on the benches by the beach to literally look at the sunset. And the bit that I want you to remember before we get on to the other episodes, especially between Destiny and the shit between Destiny and Marco that's happening at the moment, the key things I want you to remember in regards to them going on the beach and watching the sunset is that they did kiss, but I am going to say is that they kissed. It was in the moment. Like, it was in the moment. If she didn't really want to kiss him, she didn't really have to kiss him. At the end of the day, there was enough time for her to turn away and say, well, no, I don't want to kiss you right now, because I know if I kiss, I see things a different way, because kissing for some people is more intimate than the actual act of having sex, basically. So she may have seen things a different way, and he may have seen things a different way. Me, I would have been in the moment, basically. I wouldn't have thought too deep into that kiss, because it was the setting, it was the sunset, it was the connection that I had with this person, the eye contact, the good chatter, and the little bit of nervousness. So when that moment would have opened itself to I would have enjoyed it gung-ho, but I wouldn't have read too much more into that. And that's why I'm saying hold that nugget in your minds, my people. Hold that nugget in your minds, because me, I wouldn't have read too much into that, but you lot can let me know what you think. So then Anna basically took Leo to the side, because Anna is very much interested in Leo. Anna very much wants Leo, but didn't get picked by Leo. So she was kind of like checking things out. You know, she was checking the situation out between him and Cassie at the end of the day. And I'm like, it's day one. It's day one. You can't hang everything on day one. Yes, you can have a connection with people. You can have a connection with more than one person. That's how it's going to go. But then you filter through who it is that you then want to do this thing with. But I think you should filter through that a bit further on down. Like, you should get to know everybody first before you say, okay, then this is the person I really, really, really want to get to know, in that sense. So you don't end up fucking yourself over. Like, fucking yourself out of position, to be fair, because that's what's going to happen with some of these people. They will fuck themselves out of position with people. I like the fact that Marco did try and take Bergie to one side to give him a confidence boost, basically, to be there for him, because you could tell that Bergie's like a fish out of water. The Islanders decided to do a game of phones in the bowl, so basically phone slots. So whoever picked out the phone of the person, they'd kiss the person of the phone who it belonged to. In my books, that's akin to freaking, you know, the whole wife swapping business with the keys in the bowls. That's what that was, but this was the time version, because you didn't go all the way in that sense. You literally got to kiss people. So, as it was, Cassie ended up kissing Leo, Marco kissed Destiny, Victor kissed Jasmine, and it's like everybody's kissing their couples. Bergie full on took off his shirt, but I will say that was the most awkward kiss ever in history that I ever watched. Like, seriously ever watched, because you had Anna trying to literally open her mouth to take this man's jaw off, and then you have Bergie, who was literally just trying to give this girl a peck. He weren't looking to kiss her like that, and it just looked hella awkward. It didn't look good. Like, it seriously did not look good. Anna got Jasmine's phone and ended up kissing Jasmine, and everyone was like, okay then. So Anna had a little bit of a girl crush with Jasmine, but as I said, party go on, so they did. So then in comes the drama on the first night, which I was not expecting. In came the drama on the first night, and what was I talking about? Sarah Hyland walks in. In she walks in, the same way Maya Jama does in the UK, and every time you see Maya, you know shit is gonna happen, which it was. So basically the couples had to vote for the least compatible couple, and then that couple would basically be vulnerable, but they didn't tell you the pièce de résistance, what would happen to the couple that was vulnerable. Okay, so let's get into it. I basically said that Anna and Bergie would be picked because there was no chemistry with them at all. There was no compatibility with them at all in the slightest. So Cass and Leo picked Anna and Bergie, which was to be expected. Jasmine and Victor, Anna and Bergie, which was to be expected. Destiny and Marco picked Victor and Jasmine. Now, I understood why Destiny and Marco picked Victor and Jasmine, because at the end of the day, the same with Anna and Bergie, them two were not compatible with each other at the beginning, but they're starting to get to know each other now, but they were not compatible with each other at the beginning. And then you got KK and Keenan, who then picked Anna and Bergie. And Anna and Bergie actually got up and voted for themselves. Now, this is what I'm on about, because in the UK one, when they were picking least compatible people, at their dinner dates, I kept on saying that Messy, Mitch and Ella B should have, if there was a choice, they should have picked themselves, because they were the least compatible. Because I thought you couldn't do that in that show. I don't know if you can do it in the UK one, but obviously you can do it in the USA one, because Anna and Bergie did the bigger people and picked themselves because they knew they were not compatible with each other. So here comes the motherfucking twist of this story, So Anna and Bergie then had to go off and choose which one out of both of them should leave the island. What? How are they expected to do that? I was like, wow. But crux of it is, Bergie was the bigger person. He was the man, basically, and said that he would feel guilty sleeping in the bed knowing that he'd got rid of Anna. That's just not becoming of the person that he is. So he said that he was going to leave. Oh, it was so sad. It was so sad because you could tell he was upset by that, and Anna just started blurting. And I'm like, yes, you're upset by that situation, but you know you didn't have that affinity with Bergie, and you know that this man was an absolute gentleman to step back and let you take the role. Basically, he stepped back and said, I will put myself out there. I will be the one to leave. And that just showed the character of who Bergie was. But it didn't end there for our Bergie. No, it didn't end there for our Bergie. Because as soon as Bergie left the villa, text came through. The producers were good for that one. And what was the text? Oh, Bergie didn't have to go nowhere. Bergie had to meet two bombshells up in the hideaway in the hot tub and spend the night with them in the same bed. That's what our Bergie did. So the two new players that are going to come in are going to be Hannah and Carmen. So Bergie had to go be in his throuple. And that is the end of this episode right there, sir. But I shall be back in quick succession with the next episodes. And as I always say, my renegades, and any others coming in, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification button to let you know when I'm back on and doing another video. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace out.